live. Yes, I know I haven't been around as much as I would have liked, and that will probably change. Not just because you got a Ring of Honor pay-per-view coming up, which I'm going to talk about, of course, but some other things too. And hopefully I'm able to do what I have planned. There have been things I've wanted to talk about, but haven't gotten the chance, and hopefully I'll probably talk about them at some point here in the next week. But here we're going to talk about Glory by Honor, and for everyone that ordered the last ROH pay-per-view, the internet pay-per-view, Death Before Dishonor, I would imagine that most of you will probably order this pay-per-view as well. I know this pay-per-view doesn't have as much hype behind it, and that's unfortunate, because I think, for the most part, looking at the card, and I think part of the reason is we haven't gotten a full card yet, and that's probably kind of turned people off, and I think that's a mistake by Ring of Honor's part. That this looks to be just, while not as an amazing show as I think Death Before Dishonor was, I still think this will be a great show, and honestly, I could see this being the second best pay-per-view of the year by what's been announced. So everyone that has ordered it, I expect a good number of those people to order this one as well. And I would hope all those of you that watched it, maybe didn't order it, but watched the last pay-per-view, will order this one. It's $15 US. You can watch it anywhere in the world. If you can't watch it live, you can watch it streamed. I guess that next Monday is when at noon U.S. Eastern time. Though last time they had it up Sunday night. So there you go. You definitely, and you can watch it as many times as you want, whenever you want. It's a really good service. I'd recommend to anyone that wants to see some good wrestling to check it out. And here we go. Let's go down this card. Let's talk about this card. We're going to start off with the main event. Tyler Black against Roderick Strong. This has lots of weird stuff with it because we've got the, Tyler Black apparently leaving for WWE. It looks like it's pretty cut and dry, like Roderick Strong will probably go over here, and looks like it's not going, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some surprises. I wouldn't, part of the ongoing storyline with Roderick Strong is that he continually feels like he's getting screwed out of the world title. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that happen here as well, to a degree, and we see some kind of goofiness and we see something else than what we think we're going to see. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a straight up match and Roderick Strong wins. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a straight up match and Tyler Black won, and then maybe him lose somewhere else. I don't know. But I definitely think we probably not see I don't think we'll necessarily see Roderick Strong win. I think we'll probably see something else. In my mind, I would hope that's what they would do. But I could be wrong. We'll have to wait and see. Terry Funk has been announced as the special, I guess, vigilante or the guest enforcer or whatever you want to call it. He was already going to be at the show. They had announced him at the last New York show that he was going to be at the show. So I guess they decided just to use him in some sort of capacity. So that should be fun. And there we go there. Then you've got the Dream Tag match with the Kings of Wrestling taking on Benjamin and Haas. This match has a lot of hype. This is probably the most talked about match on this show. And it has a lot of expectations to live up to. And I think they can do it. I really think, in some ways, Benjamin and Haas will probably be putting on somewhat of an audition, if you will, for TNA, I would imagine, and going in there with the Kings of Wrestling, I think would be good for that. It'll be, I think we'll probably see, if the cuffs have finally been let off of Shelton, I think we'll probably see him do some crazy and wild things. I think we'll see Haas probably do some athletic stuff too. Hero and Claudio are great. I expect great things out of this match. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and should be a really tremendous match where the guys will all be trying to show off and probably be very athletic, and a lot of spots and a lot of craziness. So there we go there. And we got the double chain match with Kevin Steen and Steve Corino taking on El Generico and Colt Cabana. Of course, the last pay-per-view, we had Kevin Steen taking on El Generico the first time they had fought one-on-one. And that was at the last pay-per-view. In this pay-per-view, we're going to have Kevin Steen and Steve Corino taking on El Generico and Colt Cabana in a chain match, which basically is a bull rope match with chains. If this is anything like their match in Chicago, their Chicago Street Fight, this will be awesome. I will tell you right now. I think this will be one of the this might surprise a lot of people how good this is going to be. If you want some blood, if you want some guts, if you want some hardcore wrestling, this is the match for you. I would say this match is probably a good reason to buy this pay-per-view if you like that sort of thing. So there we go. Really, really looking forward to this match. This to me is kind of the sleeper match because this is the match a lot of people aren't talking about out of the 4 matches I think really could deliver greatness. Then we have Eddie Edwards taking on Shawn Daivari. A lot of people have kind of at this, and I don't really mind it because who else are you going to have take on Eddie Edwards? I mean, I'm sure someone could probably throw out some names, but I would like to know. You're probably going to get the Briscoes taking on the All Night Express, so, Kenny King and Rhett Titus are not going to, probably have other things, and I don't think anyone wants to see, Necro or Erick Stevens in a match like this. So I'm fine with Shawn Daivari. I'm sure some people are kind of worried because it is going to be the anniversary of 9/11. Shawn Daivari, with kind of the history of his gimmick, would be, maybe a little scared that he might do something, shocking or whatever. What I would do, and this is me, is just to get some heat, as he's supposed to probably be the heel even over Eddie Edwards, is have Daivari walk out, basically cut a promo talking about 9/11, talking about the World Trade Centers, talking about what a tragedy it was, and it was done by a bunch of cowards, and all sorts of other things like that. Your normal, kind of, and do a 10 and say, let's do a 10-bell salute for the victims of 9/11. Do a 10-bell salute. And then if you wanted him to cut kind of a heelish, anti-American type promo, instead of doing that, you could just have him cut a promo as him being a Muslim American, cut a promo about the mosque that's supposed to be being built at close to, well, not, I guess, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. The mosque, Islamic Center, whatever you want to call it, at the close to ground zero of the World Trade Center. The World Trade Centers. So, and have him do a promo on that if you wanted him to do kind of an anti-American thing. I think that would be more of the way to go myself. I would hope that would be. So, but, a lot of people don't think this match will be very good. I don't think this match has to be very good. You've got, like I said, I think you got 4 great matches already on this card. This match just needs to be okay. It just needs to kind of be filler. Maybe a match placed to just kind of slow down the pace a little bit, which, I think Daivari gets a lot of crap, basically, and I think that he's able to go out there and put on a good match. He's not going to go out there and put on a great match, but he is going to go out there and put on a good match. If you wrestle kind of his style, and I think him and Eddie Edwards can go out there and put on a pretty solid match, so I don't have any problem with this being on the card. Then you have the Battle of the Best, with Austin Aries taking on Christopher Daniels. They're billing this as going to be, a classic, Austin Aries taking on Christopher Daniels, so it's not going to be kind of how we've seen, I guess, Austin Aries of late. And I would be fine with that match, too. I think that match, if they went out there, did more of a comedy, more of a sports entertainment match, I think it would be a good match. I think it would be a very good match, in fact. But if they go out there and they do a lot of athletic stuff, if they go out there and do the match that they're capable of doing, it'll be maybe a show stealer. I mean, they can go out there and do some really, really great stuff. And this with the world tag, with the 2 tag team matches and the world title match, I think definitely are worth the price of admission by itself. Of course, that's only 5 matches. I would imagine, like I said, we'll probably get another 2 to 3 matches, I would think. The Briscoes haven't been announced for a match yet. I would imagine we'll probably see them taking on the All Night Express, I would think. Maybe the Embassy, because they got the Embassy listed on for this show too, but they haven't announced what they're going to do. Be kind of interesting to see what they do. Like I said, I wish they had announced the whole card by now, but they haven't. I think that is a mistake on Ring of Honor's part. But, what they have announced, I think, is more than adequate to order this pay-per-view for $15. I mean, it's $15 for this pay-per-view. It's very easy. I know a lot of people are worried about, what does the stream look like? The stream looks fine. The last pay-per-view, I had Skype open. I believe I was the one that had the chat going, I think, or the call going. I was hosting the call, which bogs down your computer a bit, and I had this thing streaming. So, and it didn't lag on me at all. The only problem I had was when the stream went out, like it did the last time, which it went out for like, I think 30 seconds to a minute. Didn't go out very long. It was just a little tiny glitch, and wasn't anything major, to be honest. Didn't really hurt the quality of the show, I felt. So other than that, you know, I think that if you're worried about your computer running this, I don't think you have much to worry about. My computer's not the best thing in the world. It's fairly old, and it runs it fine. You can go to their site if you're worried about it. You can run a test, and they'll let you know if you can run their stuff. You might not be able to run it in high quality, but you should be able to run it at least in standard, and that's honestly that looks just fine. It looks better than anything. If you streamed a lot of the illegal streams, it looks much better than even that, I would say. So it is worth the money, the $15. But that's all I got on that. I will be back. I hope tomorrow. I'm hoping I'm going to be back with another video tomorrow. We'll see. I know I say that sometimes, and then I'm not back for like 3 weeks. So, with that, I'm out. Have a good one. Order the pay-per-view. It will definitely be worth it. And later.